non-Indigenous people. I want them to appreciate the wisdom and cultural tapestry, and the science and the learning that we can get from First Nations people, and not to dismiss it.
Yeah. I think it's a big issue. Yeah, even today, with the way we see countries and their culture in a very negative way, because we see our culture as maybe more technologically advanced, but there's a lot of history, there's a lot of tradition, there's a kind of a way of being with the land that I think for a lot of people is difficult to understand, because for most people, they've been moving around, through generation, but obviously, First Nations or even like farmers, generation over generation, especially farmers that get everything from the land, have a different kind of relationship with that. But what I'm surprised to this day is we see this kind of attack on different cultures even today.
I mean, when First Nations people, when they took them away from their country and put them in missions, First Nations people, and as I've said and as we've spoken about, are very, very connected to their to the land, right? Spirits, the dreaming, even a rock, like is very important to them. It's like their church.
Yeah, and it's in a way I think that is very hard to understand and grasp and experience.
But something? There was one time, this is like going back a number of years now, where I was like hitchhiking around. I got to Uluru, which is like the big, years and years ago used to be called Ayers Rock, but now First Nations people own it. And so I went there, and I actually camped in a swag under the base of it, and I set up a little fire. And in the background, I could hear like Aboriginal singing and dancing, and didgeridoos and all that type of thing. And so I kicked the fire out, and I thought, I'm going to get in trouble here. So I kicked the fire out again, and I just sort of like laid back in the swag, and I sort of like looked up at the stars, right? And because there's no light in Central Australia, the stars actually look like they're sort of like an inch away from your eyes. Just incredible. And just a silence, and just like laying there, and miles and miles and miles away from anywhere or anyone, except for this First Nations music and didgeridoos and clapsticks and that type of thing. And one of the most spiritual moments in my life.